Hi, Michelle. We are back, and I'm going to show you my helpers for today. We have here Lauren.
Hello.
That's my daughter, Lauren. Lauren's friend, Emily. Say hi, Emily. Emily's going to make mini arrangements. We're going to try those, maybe use them for some promotional stuff. And then Lauren is doing full size. And then we got my graders over here. We have Faith, who's going to take score for me, and the husband, Scott.
Hello.
So I know if I'm going to pass or not. So, okay, we're going to start our class now. Set this up. Hopefully this will work. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we're ready to get started. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Melissa's Kitchen, where we are having our Alice's Table event tonight. So I want to say thank you for coming, and we're going to have an awesome time tonight. We're going to learn to arrange floral arrangement, and you're going to take it home. It's going to be a beautiful centerpiece, and I'm going to teach you some really cool tips to use when you get your flowers at the grocery and you want to arrange them yourself for an occasion. All right, I just want to tell you a little bit about Alice's Table. It is a lifestyle business, and we just teach floral arrangement events around the city. The objective of this is to create community among women, to tap into your creative side, help you to de-stress from your normal life, and hopefully you're going to have a fun time doing it. I got involved with Alice's Table recently, and I was just looking for something fun to do. I'm an empty bester now. You probably wonder what an empty bester is. It's actually an empty nester, but I'm hoping it's going to be the best stage yet, so I'm calling it empty bester. Okay? So maybe anybody here relate to being the empty bester? Okay. See me later if you want to join the empty bester club. Okay. And then I also want to say thank you to our venue for this evening for letting us in, helping me have an area for you to work, and for the cocktail demonstration we're going to be seeing here. So, would you like to demonstrate your cocktail for us? Okay, so that's what's going to happen. We're all going to get a cocktail.
Oh!
Okay, so after that, we're just going to dive right into getting our arrangements started. Okay, you should have an apron, so you can put that on now. Inside of your apron, you're going to find your rose strippers. Those are, I'm going to teach you how to use these. Your vase, and then your strippers.
Oh, I see how this works. Okay, you do it in the back and front.
Well, you don't have to do it in the front, but
Yeah.
that's what the professionals do.
Okay, so you can sit down if you want to, you can stand, just however you're comfortable working on it. There's two types of arrangements that we like to teach. Well, actually there's more than that, but we like to teach two specific centerpiece arrangements. One is a water-based arrangement, that's what we're doing this evening, and the other is a Oasis foam base. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them. They come in the floral supply aisle, or when you get them from florists, a lot of times they'll have that green square squishy sponge-like material that's in your base, and that's called Oasis foam, and that's a great arrangement or a great base for your arrangement when you need it to be exactly right, symmetrical, and you want to hold your flowers in place. It's great for formal occasions, formal arrangements, weddings. A lot of times you see that used, and it's also good if you have real heavy blooms. Like we use that more so in the winter and the fall because we're using pine branches, or certain flowers, and like mums, they have a very heavy bloom, and so a lot of times you can use that to keep your flowers in place. But today, we're going to use a water-based arrangement. Flowers that we're using in spring and summer do really, really well in water-based arrangements because they are very thirsty. They drink a lot of water, and it's going to be a lot easier. And flowers drink better in water than in Oasis foam. So these actually last longer than Oasis foam. Okay, so first of all, we want to put our clear tape on. This is going to help us build a structure. It's going to hold our blooms up. And also, the Oasis tape is clear, so you don't see it after you put the flowers in. And it's also water resistant. So we want to do this before we put our water in, so we make sure we get a good adhesion to the base. So we're going to do just a tic-tac grid. We go, 2 straight lines across, 2 straight lines. It just looks like tic-tac-toe. So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that.
Do I cut the pink part off too?
Yeah, go ahead. You can cut that part off. Okay, so we're going to do and go ahead and go down the sides a little ways. Like I said, make sure you anchor it. We're not going to be able to see that once the flowers start going in. It's just going to hold the flowers out.
Do they have to be a certain distance apart?
Just like a tic-tac-toe, so a little bit, a little bit. Try to evenly space, maybe. If you notice, we're doing flower-based arrangements tonight. We also do, if you want to learn another type of arrangement, you'd like to have, specifically learned to do a Oasis foam arrangement. That's a specific request, and you want to learn how to do that. I have my business card on the bottom of your vase, so you can take it home with you, and you can give me a call. We can try to schedule. We do private events. We do all types of events. This is a public event that we're doing tonight. We do private events. We'll come to your house, and you can invite your friends, and it be, your personal guest list, and those will be the only people there. So if you'd like to host a private event, if you have a baby shower, you have a wedding shower, bachelorette party, a girls' night out, book club, anything like that, and you want to do a special event, please give me a call, and I will give you all the information you need. Okay, so let's finish up our grids.
Mine's not very even. Mine's not very even.
That's okay.
Double the work.
I'm trying to do this. Great. Yeah, this is how I do it. Sometimes when the tape gets stuck, it's hard to do, so I usually, you gotta hold it like this when you're doing it, so it doesn't stick to itself. Yeah, that should be okay. Okay. So, I have my grid, looks like this, like tic-tac-toe. Now, I'll wait for you guys to get yours. We'll just let you do it. Oh, you got both of yours already. Okay, good. Okay. So, in the buckets, we have some room temperature water. It's already been treated with the plant fertilizer that you're going to need. We use plant fertilizer, and actually the instructions on plant fertilizer that you get at the grocery store are not correct, because they tell you to put the plant fertilizer in cold water, when actually it won't even dissolve. So it's not doing your flowers any good. It's not going to drink the water. It's not going to get any fertilizer. So what you really need to do is put them in warm water when you get home. Put the fertilizer in the warm water to make sure it dissolves. Oh, we forgot to do our ribbon. You're right. Forgot to do our ribbon. Okay. Let's pretend we didn't. Put our ribbon in. Just peel that back off. No, don't peel it off. We're not going to do the ribbon. Okay, hopefully I don't fail my class. Totally forgot about the ribbon. Okay. So what we're going to do with the room temperature water that's already been fed with plant food, fill your vase halfway up. Okay, because we don't want our flowers not to be in any water while we're arranging, because we want them to be as healthy as possible, getting them home. But if you put too much water in, it'll splash all over your car on the way home, and we don't want that. So just put enough in there so that the bottom of the vase has some water for those flowers. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Now, the first thing we're going to do is build some structure into our arrangement. We've done that with the Oasis tape, and now we're going to do it with our ruscus leaves. Okay? This is your ruscus leaves are in front of you. These aren't really ruscus leaves. I'll just pretend they are. Okay? Okay, so when you're building your arrangement, you want to build a base with the greenery, and a lot of grocery stores do sell it. What the greenery does is give you a really strong, they're normally stronger in the stem, and it'll give you a good foundation to hold your blooms up. Greenery has a longer life than flowers, so it actually is usable year-round, and you can use it in Oasis foam or in a water-based arrangement. It works well with both. If you have leaves like this, you can You don't have to cut all your leaves off. You can actually, normally you don't want leaves below your water level in an arrangement, but with greenery, the leaves have a little bit of a waxy texture to them, and that kind of keeps them from dissolving in water or biodegrading in the water, and it also you don't normally get bacteria from greenery that usually is on flowers. So it just depends on the look that you want, but we're going to start the building the base by snipping the greenery. You want it to be, I think, about double the height of your arrangement. And you just start putting some in each corner and a couple in the middle. No, that should be fine. That should be fine. I'm just going to mix it together. I like the ruscus better. You can put your trash in these. That's what these black buckets are for. Area. And it's okay if the greenery's short, or it doesn't matter if it gets long, because it's really just to build a foundation. The center, the focal point of all your arrangements are obviously is going to be the flowers. So if it's a little long or short, don't worry about that too much right now. And you'll see what I mean. Get into it. Just kind of want a full little bush in your vase, creating like a little bush. Creating a bush in your vase, like that. Here. We're going to need a little more green right now. A little more green stuff in there. Just play with it until you look, looks bushy. Make it look bushy. Full and bushy. You want to put any of the hydrogen? Want to put any of this in there?
No.
Okay, just put one in the center too.
Oh, in the middle?
Yeah, put one in the middle too. Go ahead and put one in the center. I put one in each of the, all around there.
Okay.
So it looks kind of, kind of full, kind of bushy. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to get ready. We can add our first flower.
What's the first flower?
The first flower is the rose.
The normal rose?
We're gonna, hold on, get my arrangement. Yeah, okay, sorry. The rest is, okay, we're gonna do roses first. So everybody go ahead and grab 3 roses.
The big roses?
The big ones. Yep. Go ahead and pick yours and I'll get mine.
These are pretty color. The roses are nice.
Okay, so we all have our roses. Okay, so the way you, some tips about roses, okay? When you're looking at roses, you want to feel the base of your rose, and you want to make sure it feels firm. You can go get a different one. Okay. That means they're fresh. You definitely don't want it to feel mushy or like super soft in there. That's how you tell that you've got a fresher rose, and they're usually like nice and still tight like this when you get them, so they have a chance to open up and become beautiful. If you want your rose to open faster, you put it in warm water. Warm water meaning baby bath temperature water, not boiling water or something hotter than that. It just needs to be a little bit warm. You cut roses. Cut your rose on a 45-degree angle, and when you're doing roses in an arrangement, you want to bring the bucket, put the roses in water, have your vase ready to go with your water, and take the vase, take the rose, cut it, and put it immediately in the vase, because roses can, normally like they scab over. Other flowers do this too. So if you learn anything tonight, you should learn that you should put your rose in your vase, your flower in your vase as soon after you cut it as possible. Don't just cut all your flowers, leave them lay on the countertop, and then put them in an arrangement. What you really should do is put them from water to water, cut in between, and place each flower individually. Another tip about roses is that once you get your rose out, this one's really pretty actually, so this one I don't know if I would even do this to, but these roses on the outside are called guard petals, and they're actually meant to be torn off because they just come from the growers that way. If you don't pull them off, then your rose may not fully open. So I just pull off the outer two. I just take off two. Okay, and then you can blow into the rose and it'll open just a little bit. I saw yours open up. Did you see it open a little bit? Yeah, kind of cool. And then turn it in a circle, and you can blow around it all in between all the petals and it'll open. Now we're going to use our rose stripper to get them ready to put in the vase. So you want to take the rose petals off. You can leave on leaves that are near the top, because like I said before, you don't want leaves from your flowers in the water. So I'm going to go ahead and strip all the leaves off. You put this on the rose. Don't squeeze super tight, because then you'll just rip the bud off. You just squeeze it a little, and then you run up and down the stem until all of the leaves and all of the thorns are off. And that's how you strip a rose. Okay? So go ahead and strip your roses. Trim them to about 2 times the height of your vase, and space them evenly in your arrangement.
So should I grab 6?
No. Oh,
So the 2.
oh, that's right. You're doing minis. I would just do like.
I could do like 2 in each.
We have enough. You can do 3 in each. Okay. Go ahead, because they're the main thing. Go ahead and do 3. We'll probably just do one of the other little flowers, though. Don't forget to pluck off your outer petals.
Why does yours stand up so far? Mine don't stand up.
Hers are smaller
No, yours.
because I put more green stuff in.
My green stuff doesn't stand up.
Well, I put these in too. These stand up. Put a couple of these in. These
Oh, I
stand
think
up
those are
straighter. These are thicker. That's why I like the ruscus better. Hopefully. Yeah. What stands up? My roses or my?
All of it.
I'm gonna bring them. 3 Gerber daisies. So you would probably get 1 for each of those. 3 Gerber daisies. I'll do an extra rose. Okay. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you guys about the roses was that they are probably my favorite flower, and I think that it's iconic. Rose is basically known as the bridal flower. Everybody has roses in their bridal bouquets, and it's very traditional, very classy, very elegant. I wanted to mention that we do DIY bridal. If you are getting married or you know someone who's getting married and is super excited about Pinterest bouquets and things like that, we would love to talk to them about a DIY wedding where you get your bridesmaids together, you come and you can make your own bouquets, and it's kind of just a girls' night out, a fun way to bond with your bridesmaids. So we do offer that. Just wanted to make sure I mentioned it. Okay, now daisies are very delicate. The stem is very delicate. It's very easy to break the stem on the daisy. It's a very cool flower to use in arrangements because it comes in multiple colors and it has a nice pop of color for an arrangement. Daisies tend to droop a little bit, and so you want to make sure you put them near something that you can prop the bloom up with. You could put it near some greenery or a bulky flower or something like that. You want to make sure that it's got support for the bloom. We think they're whimsical, and I think they're really cute in floral arrangements. I think they're a cute touch. So, go ahead and cut your flower. Cut it about 2 times the height of your vase. The other thing I like to do is to figure out which way my daisy droops, and then I like to put it with that side up. It's almost like drooping toward the center, and that's why it's good to have the structure in there. It'll stand up a little bit better. And again, I've only got 2 daisies for my arrangement, and a lot of florists will tell you have to work in odd numbers, but we really don't think so. We think that working in 2s is fine, especially with bulbs flowers that have a good pop of color like this. 2 is fine. You can work in 2s. Just don't put them, if they're really, really high, it's only good in arrangements where they're all pretty much the same height, because you don't want to have horns in your arrangement. That's why I wouldn't use 2 if I had a really tall bloom. Then I would either do 3 or more. How are they looking?
They're looking.
They're looking. Yeah. Okay. These faces might go work. All right, moving on. We're gonna get spray roses. 2 spray roses a piece. So the spray roses are those. Take your pick. These are pretty. Oh, except for one that's falling out.
There it goes.
2. Just do one. Okay, the cool thing about spray rose, they're a little different than the traditional long stem rose. They come in multiple colors, just like regular roses. The cool thing about these is they grow with laterals. Lateral being a bud that comes off of the main stem and gives you multiple blooms at the top. So you can either arrange using them, you can use them as one, or you can, this one actually doesn't have anything long enough to use as, so I'm gonna use this as one bloom. But sometimes, if I have one here that has a longer stem on it, I don't really know. But you can check yours. If your stem is, if you have a rose that has a long enough stem, you can actually separate that from the rest of the bloom. It'll give you more flowers to stick in. But I'm going to use these as one. So basically you want to make sure that it's really interesting because everybody thinks flowers should be in sun because they think they're going to do better. Fresh flowers like these, for the most part, do better in dry, cool areas. So when you're putting them somewhere in your home, you don't want to put them in a window where they're going to be getting direct sunlight because it actually dries them out faster. They don't do well in direct sunlight and in extreme heat temperatures. They do much better where it's cool and dry. So just a little tip to making them last longer. They're beautiful, but they just won't last very long if you put them in direct sunlight. Okay, fresh flowers are also very thirsty. So you want to make sure that when you take this arrangement home, you change the water in it at least every 24 to 48 hours. You just want to dump this water out and put in new water. Okay. So you can go ahead and take some leaves off of your spray roses. You can just pick the leaves off on these, or you can strip them, whichever you like to do better, and then cut them, put them in your vase. Wherever you feel like you need a flower. Sorry. Cooper. Okay, buddy. He's like, what just happened? She stepped on me. Sorry, buddy. It's okay, Coop. Cut it a little bit shorter, Laura. Cut yours a little shorter. I'm cutting mine a little shorter so that they go in the vase better. How are you guys doing? Good? Did you get your... There, that's getting better. I think, you know what, the ticket is to have them shorter.
Yeah.
Cut them shorter. Just stick in there, right? Redoing some of mine. To put them in better. Oh yeah, that's way better. Okay, how are we doing? How's it look? Oh, they're looking good. Very nice. Okay, did you do both of your roses? Okay, so this one I do have one that's tall enough, so I'm going to take this little guy off. it somewhere else. On the edge, there. Good. There. How are your minis, Emily?
They're good. I think this one needs a little bit more greenery.
Yeah, I think we've got plenty, so go ahead and fill it in if you like. That's fine. Good. Yeah, plus if you cut it down a little, so it definitely looks better shorter. Looking better. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we each get 3 stems of the Solidago, also known as goldenrod. Even though it's orange. Okay, these are actually a very nice textural element for your arrangement. They normally come in yellow, and it's a flower that's known as goldenrod. It grows wild in Northern America. It peaks in August to September, depending on which part of the country that you live in. But I'm seeing these probably because it's really such a cool textural element for arrangements. I saw these at the florist in purple and pink, and they're spray painting them. So you can really find them in a bunch of different colors. So go ahead, you want to just trim them and put them where you have your holes in your arrangement, and this is going to be like the finishing touch to fill it out. So you can kind of space them accordingly to that. And again, these can be a little bit taller, so we are using an odd number. We're using 3 per arrangement. Okay, so go ahead then. Now that you've got all your flowers in that we're putting in. Actually, though, you know what? We have a lot of flowers left over, so everybody can get either 1 spray rose or 2 roses to add to your arrangement if you want to fill it out a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of another spray rose. So there's a lot of other flowers over here, so you guys can get. There's lots of spray roses, and I think I have. You guys could each probably get. Take 2 or take 1. Take 1 of each to fill out your arrangement. Huh?
But I might take one of that.
Yeah, whatever you like, Lord.
I'm gonna start with this.
Yeah. I wish I had gotten more Gerbers. Because I only have 2 Gerber daisies in mine. But I think that's fine. I like this look. I like the look of this one. It's pretty. Yeah, the other thing I like to do is turn my greens, my leafy greens, make sure that the green side is showing up. And then you want to take your arrangement, hold it up, spin it around, make sure that it's even. And you can, like I said, you can play with it a little bit. Make sure you get it even, all your flowers even in there. Okay. All right, so it looks like we've got the instruction part is over. You can play with your arrangement a little bit and you can make it look however you want. Play with it until it looks the way you want it. I just want to thank you all for coming. And once again, I want to remind you that I'm available for private events. You can check the website. We have more public events in the area. You can buy a ticket online to any public event. And I want to thank our venue for having us in tonight. Hopefully we'll be working with them again in the future. And I would love to see if you have any questions, please see me. After class, we can talk one-on-one. I'd be glad to meet you and talk to you more one-on-one. All right, thanks for coming. Hope to see you again.